And so the May deal really it's very bad news for the United States, as well as for Britain. And Shanker, you've studied this U.S.-UK free trade issue extremely closely. Could you comment on the impact of this of the May deal on the prospects for U.S.-UK free trade?
Well, I think you said to David, does it make it impossible? I think it does make it impossible. If you look at what the US asks are typically are in any trade deal, they are things like, and I was a cleared advisor to the US government on regulatory issues, TBT, SPS, and so on. And the main issues are regulatory. They are regulatory with respect to goods. It's not just agriculture. It's goods, it's product regulation, it's European standards, it's agri-food and SPS issues on agriculture. And then to some extent, we'll have a back and forth on services and defense and other things where we have much more in alignment. But if you systematically take all those major asks of the US off the table, and you say, well, I'm sorry, we can't negotiate on goods because we've just committed ourselves through treaty harmonization to the EU rulebook, or we can't give you anything on agriculture because we've done the same thing with the EU rulebook, is basically for us to be locked into the customs union with full regulatory alignment with European regulation. And it means that no country can do trade deals with us. It means that terrific opportunity of having a global player, second biggest exporter of services, one of the biggest sites of foreign investment, one of the biggest foreign investors in the world, completely irrelevant in terms of international trade policy, completely irrelevant in terms of foreign policy, really, and increasingly simply a mini version of the EU. So I think if you look at all the things we could do in our trade policy, in international fora, trade agreements, accession to the TPP, all of the things that actually, to the credit of the Department for International Trade, are very much on the table for the UK right now. All of them are completely taken off the table by this deal.
Well, that's a pretty devastating critique, and and clearly on the US side, the Trump administration should be very concerned about this deal, what it means for a US-UK free trade agreement and the future of the special relationship.
Well, I think we can get sort of lost in the day-to-day Brexitology of the or today minute-to-minute Brexitology. I think sometimes it's useful to take a step back. David talked about this big opportunity here, and the Prime Minister, in fact, talked about this in her Lancaster House speech in 2017. She talked about a Brexit prize. Well, what is that prize? There is no, at least economically, not politically or for other reasons, but economically, the prize is the exercise of your independent trade and regulatory policy. It's nothing else. If you don't have an independent trade and regulatory policy, then you are in a damage limitation exercise by definition. You are in a non-optimal situation by definition. What we need to do is to reset this process so that we can have a sensible, pragmatic, political track approach to this problem. And all of us, I think, have spent a significant amount of time now with Michel Barnier. I think we all would agree that the Europeans, had we presented and if we present sensible free trade agreement-based proposals based on their own offer, which, as I say, which I repeat, is a free trade agreement with the whole of the UK, with regulatory cooperations, customs facilitations, and Irish border facilitations. That is their offer. It remains their offer, contrary to what the government in the UK has said. If we could build on that, then I think we can get a successful result. And